but it is the Champions League qualification they are aiming for today. And 2 points, a win, would do that for them. So the stage is set. Villa looking to finish strongly in front of their home fans, Arsenal, chasing Champions League qualification. And immediately, Emily Fox back in the starting 11 today. On to Holmberg, who we mentioned at the start of the show. Fantastic end of the season run from her. At the byline, pulls it back, Frida Mornham. Recycles it to Emily Fox, but a bright start from Arsenal. Holmberg still looking to swing it in, gets it in to Mariona, who leaves it, and Villa are able to clear.
Yeah, just a little bit of a nervous clearance there, wasn't it, from Hijikata. She probably had a little bit more time than she realised as the ball felt her on the edge of the box. But as you say, a really positive start from Arsenal down that right-hand side, and it is that player, Holmberg, that we have just been talking about. And I think Rachel Maltby is in for a really tough game today, especially if she allows her any time and space to be able to drive at her out on that right-hand side.
Mariona. Vubamoy. Back to Holmberg. Still looking to advance. Mornham. And D'Angelo has to scramble to collect that at the byline.
Yeah, again, the play just coming down that right-hand side. And Smila Holmberg. Aston Villa really need to start this game alert and switched on to the dangers that Arsenal can provide.
Hines able to pluck that out into Russo. Just can't quite, not a long enough leg there.
Yeah, not quite on that occasion. Needs to grow an extra couple of inches.
Their leading scorer, of course, Alessia Russo. Her best season in an Arsenal shirt. Looking for her 21st goal of the season.
Yeah, and they will have a tall task ahead of them, the Aston Villa back line today. You've got Miri Taylor sitting in centre of defence, who's obviously used to more playing in those midfield positions, so she is very good in the tackle, but it will be that she'll have to keep tight to Alessia Russo and not allow her the space and time to get those shots off, which we know she is so capable of doing.
Kim Little fouled in the middle of the park. Played quickly, Mariona and Hines. Olivia Smith. Back to Mariona, who was subbed on in that Brighton game in the second half. Certainly made an impact. They were better in the latter stages, but not enough. And of course, the trophy heading up to Manchester. Manchester City crowned champions of this year's Barclays Women's Super League.
Yeah, you're right, they were quite flat within that first half against Brighton, who dominated the first half really, but in the second half made a couple of changes, as you say. Caldente coming in, she just adds that extra energy, that extra quality, and she likes to go forward and play just behind that back in forward line as well. So I think she's got a lot, you know, the experience that she adds and what she can offer, and she can score peaches from the edge of the box as well, which is always needed.
Holmberg gets that first early pressure from Arsenal. Mariona, nice swooped ball in. Mornham, just a slight heavy touch from her. Back to Holmberg though, still alive here for Arsenal. Holmberg again at the byline. Plucked out, and Russo! An early goal for Arsenal. And it was coming. Early pressure from the Gunners. Russo, right place, right time. And Arsenal leads.
Yeah, it's been coming, hasn't it, within the opening first 5 minutes or so. Especially down that right-hand side, Arsenal have been so dangerous. It comes out here and starts with Smilla Holmberg. She does really, really well. Just driving at the Villa back line to get a cross in. D'Angelo can't clear it, and it's Russo who's in the right place, as you say, at the right time. Poacher's goal. And Aston Villa have got players on the line. I think it's Moritz. Can't clear it, and she'll be disappointed, along with the rest of the Aston Villa back line, that they've managed to leave Alessia Russo free on the edge of the 6-yard box to score so early on within this game, and now they've got a tall order to come back and climb back from this.
But now, here at Villa, and the offside flag goes up for Kirsty Hansen, immediately looking to respond. But it was the former Arsenal player, Noelle Moritz, not able to keep that goal out for her previous club. And that will do them the world of confidence, Fern. Arsenal having quite a psychologically tough week for them, out of the Champions League and then slipping up and giving the title to Manchester City, an early goal.
Yeah, you just felt for Villa that for them to be able to stay in this game today, they needed to have a really strong start. And they haven't kept many clean sheets at all this season, Aston Villa, but it was really important for them to be able to start this game well, keep Arsenal at bay for as long as possible. And as you say, now what that goal will have done for Arsenal will have given them heaps of confidence to do what they're so good at doing and continue to drive at Aston Villa.
Pressing really high, and another mistake there from Moritz. Karina. Ruben Moy, Smilla Holmberg is in heaps of space on that far side. Fox. Karina. Forward to Mariona. And Olivia Smith. Quick footwork from her. Hines, nice 1-2 to Smith. He's dragged down in the box. But play goes on.
Yeah, and now on this left-hand side as well, you see Smith just coming into play, and again, such a dangerous key player for Arsenal when she is afforded that time and space. She's so positive to be able to drive her players, but it's important that when Aston Villa do have these spells of possession, that they keep hold of the ball. Not, you know, they need to relax. Know that they've probably got more time on the ball than they think, just to pick out the passes, because when they do get into a rhythm and into a flow, as you say, they can be a dangerous side to come up against, especially with players like Daly. Hansen, we've not even spoken about her yet so far. You know, their top goal scorer this season. And if they can find her feet and get her onto the ball, then they can cause Arsenal problems.
Yeah, Kirsty Hansen has had an incredible season, but that is given away cheaply. And now Arsenal again, Frida Mornan poked out to Russo, who can't get her foot right and lets it roll out. Disappointed with that, should have been 2.
Yeah, I think Jean-Francois will be happy that she's got away with one there. It was a loose pass that allowed Smith to latch onto it, and it comes out to Russo, but she just can't get her foot right in the right place to connect with the ball. She lines herself up for it, but I mean, good recoveries from Jean-Francois there, because she is the one who originally gave the ball away, so positive mentality for her to track back and put Russo off at the last minute, but not something we're used to seeing from her.
Yeah, a rare mistake from the England striker. And D'Angelo, another player against her former club, who will be leaving Aston Villa at the end of the season to be closer to friends and family. This is her final home game. Little. Mariona. Down the flanks to find Smith again. Options for the young winger. Smith at the byline, across the face of goal, and this time hits the back of Taylor and rolls out for a corner.
Yeah, you can just tell Aston Villa dropping off a little bit earlier because they are frightened of the pace of Smith and Holmberg. I think it was on that occasion, Moritz not knowing whether to get tight, whether to allow her the time and space. But for me, you need to get in Olivia Smith's face and get tight to her, ruffle up a few feathers with her, make it difficult for her. But obviously opportunity now with the corner.
set piece for the Gunners. Holmberg delivers this low at the far post, punched out, Smith falls for Cadena. Bit of a scruff in the box, Villa able to clear for now. Russo pokes it back in, Mornham with a header, falls for Ruben Moy, and Smith can't get on the end of it. Holmberg! Well, there was options everywhere in that box, and somehow it has stayed out.
Yeah, Arsenal were just queuing up there, weren't they? You can see it coming out. It's ended up being Russo that's the one who puts a fantastic delivery in. Two players potentially offside there as the balls come in. It's fell to Ruben Moy. And then, yeah, she just can't get her feet sorted there. Holmberg out on this side, but again, Arsenal players just queuing up and Villa not being able to clear their lines early enough. Fantastic early touch from her, from Holmberg there, but yeah.
But the pressure continues for Arsenal. Pressing high up. Daly. Nice play, here's Hansen. Good defending from Fox, able to poke that forward too on the grounds. Daly. Kendall.
Yeah, there's a few loose balls going astray here, a few tired challenges coming in, which to be expected as you come towards the back end of the season and the last couple of games, especially with the run of games that Arsenal have had of late as well. But it's just where the teams can find that little bit of quality when they do get on the ball.
This is Arsenal's 5th game in 13 days across all competitions. And of course, they still have Everton at home and Liverpool away on the final day next Saturday to come. Through the flanks now to Russo, who latches on the end of it into Hines. Mariona calm. Smith squared to Fox, and Rachel Daly will give away a foul.
It's just a little bit late in the challenge there, wasn't it, from Daly on Emily Fox. But you can see after that what she's trying to do is, again, using that experience just to try and G her team up a little bit and get that fighting mentality back in them, that the game's not over by any stretch of the imagination. They're still in this.
So another early opportunity for the Gunners here. Masters of their own downfall at times. But it is in their own hands. Holmberg. Goes for the low shot. Mariona with the rebounds and over the bar. And it's a wasted opportunity. You can see what Holmberg was trying to do, thread it under the feet of the Aston Villa wall.
Yeah, it was almost as if it was a bit of a pass back, like they set that up, wasn't it, just in case it was a rebound. Caldente was in a perfect position, but didn't connect with it how she would have liked, and obviously too far over the bar. But more warning signs for Aston Villa, really, that Arsenal have come out with, you know, an early start, high energy, which is what Slager's talked about in their press conference before the game, and that's what they wanted today, and that's what they're showing ultimately.
Cadena. Mariona. A couple of players out for Arsenal today too. No Leah Williamson. Came back from injury and then had a slight setback. She's not in the squad today. No Katie McCabe either for Arsenal.
Yeah, say it's about them trying to keep as many players as fit as possible now, isn't it? And potentially, as you say, there's a few niggles, not rushing them back when they've got such a period of important games coming up. And I think not just only Arsenal as well, but we've not even spoke about Aston Villa and the amount of players that they've got missing out as well, especially in the centre of the back line, and Parker and Patton and Grant going forward. Lynn Vilm's out today, and she's for me, she's phenomenal. She's got the most assists in the Barclays WSL this season, along with Kirsten Kasperai. So to miss a player like that on a game today will be a big miss for them. But it's all about how Aston Villa can adapt today with the players they've got in varying positions.
Lillond as well, being smothered there by Holmberg, manages to win a goal kick back.
Again, they're looking to play around the back here, aren't they, Aston Villa, but potentially causing themselves their own problems a little bit because of the high press of Arsenal.
Rene Slegers at the helm for Arsenal. Natalia Arroyo, Aston Villa's manager, is the only manager Slegers has never won against in the league. Of course, she won against Villa in the FA Cup, but has never beaten Arroyo in the WSL, as Hansen does well. Physical battle with Buba Moy. She comes off the better Kirsty Hansen, threads it through, trying to find Salmon, and Borba able to collect on the ground. But they've got quality, Villa.
Yeah, they've got quality, and that's where, for me, Aston Villa are most dangerous, is in that transition and in those counter-attacking moments, because they do have pace, and if they can just find that quality with the ball in the final third. It was Hansen out on that left-hand side at that time, trying to play in Ebony Salmon, who's got bundles and bundles of pace. The pass just wasn't quite there to find her feet on that occasion, but again, glimpses of what Aston Villa are capable of when they play to their strengths a little bit. For me, I think we've seen them do it at times. They're not afraid to go long or to play into those spaces and use pace in those transition moments, and happy to give up possession at times. It's just whether they can find the right areas and do it in the right moments.
Threaded ball forwards, slightly too far. D'Angelo able to calmly collect. And back to Taylor, who is playing out of position today with all the injuries Villa have. Kendall to Moritz. And Jean-Francois.
Yeah, she is out of position, but as you say, she does have the quality, the composure to play in that position. She does love a good tackle and a good challenge, so fits in quite well into that centre-half profile as well.
Taylor. Moritz. Can't get out of their back line. Aston Villa. Although they don't have a trophy to fight for, a win and a draw would raise them to 8th in the table. And they still could catch London City Lionesses, Fern.
Yeah, I think it's important for them to finish the season as strong as possible. I say they've not looked great defensively this season at all. Only Leicester, bottom of the league, conceded more goals than them this season, so the defensive record for them has not been up to scratch at all, especially finishing the season so strong last season and having that 6th place finish that they got. They'll want to finish the table as high up as possible, so important for them to play for, you know, points, but also a little bit of pride as well in the performances, because they've really lacked consistency this season. They, you know, a 0-0 against Manchester City not so long ago, but then getting beat 7-3 in another fixture as well, and leaking far too many goals. So it's that inconsistency for me in those areas for Aston Villa where they need to sharpen up.
Coming off the back of 2 losses, but that's nicely played through to Kirsty Hansen, their leading goal scorer this season. Hansen pushes it across. Salmon Headed down, but straight to the gloves of Annika Borber.
Yeah, see, that for me is a real opportunity again. Hansen involved down that left-hand side, does really well to beat Lotte Wubbenmoy. It's a fantastic cross, and Ebony Salmon's in a great position. She's coming onto it, she can see it, just doesn't connect with it well enough with the header. I think you can see what she's tried to do. She's tried to head the ball down, but again, doesn't trouble Annika Borber at all in that Arsenal goal.
Yeah, gets the better of Taylor Hines. Another player, Ebony Salmon, that has announced she will leave the club at the end of the season. Very much one of Aston Villa's own, came through their academy, made her senior debut at just 16 years old back in 2017. Mornham. Hines plays it in. Easy this time, but three Arsenal players lurking there around the 6-yard box, looking for a header in. The pressure doesn't stop for Villa.
Yeah, it's good build-up play from Frida Mornham on the edge of the box. And right idea from Hines, and there was bodies in the box from Arsenal, but again, nice easy one in the goal for D'Angelo.
Arsenal leading possession just. That slightly surprises me. I thought Arsenal were very much on top in this game, but Villa have come back.
Yeah, it feels like they've slightly ridden the storm a little bit, Villa, because could have been 2 or 3 goals down after the first, as you say, opening 15 minutes from Arsenal. They were quite dominant. They've managed to find their way into this game a little bit more in the last 5 or 10 minutes or so.
Taylor. Looking for options. Moritz.
Yeah, she's looking, but it's all a little bit too static for me from Aston Villa. You've got to try and be a little bit braver to come and get on the ball, especially when there's options there in front of you.
Playing it through really nicely, though. The offside flag goes up on Maltby. And that was really nice, intricate play from Villa.
Yeah, and patient play as well. It's Jean-Francois just finding Daly, who plays it early, but yet Maltby out on that left-hand side, just straight offside. I'm not sure she needed to, because you could see right along the line as well. Just a little bit more patience needed.
Maltby in for Jenna Niswonger today, who is on loan at Villa from Arsenal, so of course is ineligible to face her parent club. Played 7 times for Villa as Arsenal try and come again with Holmberg.
Yeah, whether she'll be afforded the space to get forward as much today, you know, who knows out on that left-hand side, but when Villa used to play in that back 3 position, she would effectively work quite well down that left-hand side as a wing-back, Maltby. So she does like to get forward as well, and she is capable of doing that. But it's whether Fox and Holmberg will allow that on that right-hand side.
Yeah, only 18 years old. And this was the goal that has given Arsenal the lead. Noel Moritz not able to keep it out on the goal line.
Yeah, it was just sloppy, wasn't it, defending-wise? They've got the numbers in there, Aston Villa. It's not getting tight enough, not being able to clear it, react to the second balls a little bit better. Because they could, D'Angelo could have done a little bit better with the punch and the original connection on the ball when she came for it as well.
They're insisting on playing out from the back, Aston Villa, and it's been given away again. Arsenal able to capitalise with Holmberg and Fox. Now Codina struggling for options, finds Little, and the run of Holmberg on the far side. Her cross is delivered in. Smith able to cut it across the face of goal, and good goalkeeping from Sabrina D'Angelo, because that was heading in.
Yeah, again, for me on this right-hand side, you've got to stop the cross at source. It's far too easy for Holmberg to be able to pick out Olivia Smith, who, you know, puts a little bit of pressure, makes it a little bit difficult for D'Angelo. Doesn't really trouble her too much, in my opinion, but I think on that right-hand side...
Given away again, Mornham spots D'Angelo off her line, able to recover in time, but again, it's playing out from the back.
It is, they're causing themselves all sorts of problems, aren't they, Aston Villa? Just putting themselves under unnecessary pressure. It's D'Angelo this time from the goalkeeper. Plays it straight into the feet of Mornham. Gets a shot off, but again, the key importance in that is it's when to play out and when to, you know, relieve the pressure a little bit on yourselves. And I think now would be the time to relieve that pressure. It's all about that decision-making for Aston Villa.
Is it something you were told to do, Fern, when you were playing out from the back? That's obviously come from management. It's a tactic.
It is a tactic, and look, I think you practice these things week in, week out, don't you, in terms of how to play out from the back, what to do if you're getting under a high press and things like that, and how to play your way out. But I think ultimately you've got to be able to make that decision as a player on the pitch of whether that passes on or not, and, you know, be able to take the onus yourself a little bit.
Smith, it's deflected off the back of Taylor. We've seen her score from those sorts of angles before, though, and it will be an Arsenal corner.
Yeah, again, Smith just finds herself in space and cuts inside. Taylor just stands up, does well to make the block. Good shot here from Olivia Smith. Probably going goalwards as well if Taylor doesn't make the intervention.
Scored a goal like that on her debut, Olivia Smith, against London City at home at the Emirates. Holmberg on the corner again. Rachel Daly with the clearance. Holmberg switch of sides again, and into the gloves of D'Angelo. This time boots it out for Daly to chase. Hansen. Kendall. Hijikata. Daly spots the run of Noel Moritz. Kendall. Can Villa respond? They haven't been shy of scoring, Villa. They've found the net 27 times. It's more than any other club in the bottom 7.
And that's without Rachel Daly being involved as well. Obviously another key goal scorer for them, so they are capable of getting...
Nice run by Mortley. Just too soon. Hines still with work to do. Pokes it out for a throw.
That's better from Aston Villa, though. Patient possession, patient play, keeping hold of the ball, right decision. Ebony Salmon just not being able to get on the end of that cross from Rachel Maltby, but a lot more positive signs from Aston Villa in the last couple of minutes or so.
Taylor this time swings it in. And Daly, I think that's an offside call from the referee. Daly isn't convinced. What does that mean, Fern?
They just need to be getting Daly higher up the pitch a little bit, in my opinion. I think she is so dangerous aerially. Arroyo speaks about wanting to get those crosses in, but you need her to be able to get higher and get more numbers and bodies into the box and be able to rotate a little bit more. We've seen her in this deeper roll out on the left-hand side, and it's a lot more defensive from her at the moment.
Mariona. Godina. Smith. Too easy really for Arsenal, threading it through as we approach the half-an-hour mark. Vubamoy. Holmberg again unmarked. Hedgekata does well. Pickpocketed Arsenal's captain, and now Moritz and Jean-Francois, and a chance for Villa to build. Maltby, Daly, Jean-Francois.
It's a better spell of possession from Aston Villa, just looking after the ball when they won it high up in the midfield there with Hijikata. It was almost a question of, okay, now what? Now you've won the ball, where are you going to go? How are you going to keep hold of it? And they've done that, and I think they just need to be a little bit more patient when they do have the ball.
There's a big crowd here at Villa Park today, over 8,000 for their last home game of the season. They want to put on a performance for them, pick up a win, move up the table, end the season on a high. Holmberg driving forwards. This time can't get it across because Maltby in the way. Good defending from the 18-year-old. Fox, though, through to Russo. And Taylor out for a throw.
It's good decision-making from Taylor there. That's what we spoke about before. Sometimes it just has to go. You've just got to make that decision to clear your lines, get yourself back set up, and now they're in a good position to be able to defend from the throw.
No hesitation. Vubamoy.
I think Vubamoy out on that right-hand side there with Emily Fox, just showing a perfect example of what you need to do when a player who can be so dangerous like Kirsty Hansen gets on the ball, to be able to stop them, whereas obviously Aston Villa, the opposite, allowing too much time to Holmberg. But Kirsty Hansen just not managed to find her way into this game as yet to be able to be as dangerous as we know she can be.
That's picked out by Kendall, though. Hedgekata forwards. Vubamoy, good defending, calm. Kirsty Hansen lurking on her shoulder there. Godina directs it out wide. Soft ball into Russo, and now Holmberg. Arsenal shirts flooding forward. Russo wants it again. Russo. Again, not able to get on the end of it.
No, but that would have been a fantastic team goal from Arsenal, wouldn't it? That build-up play. Russo heavily involved, Vubamoy starting it out from the back as well. Again, we see it here, Holmberg. Russo gets a teasing crossing. Defended really well again from Miri Taylor in that Aston Villa back line.
Russo, lovely dink ball forward, Mornham! A carbon copy of her goal last time out. And Frida Mornham doubles Arsenal's advantage. Such a valuable player in this Arsenal side, but it's come from the work of Alessia Russo. Lovely vision.
Yeah, it was great from Alessia Russo, wasn't it? Just dropping off the back line. Look at this for a pass with the outside of the boot into the path of Frida Marnham. Fantastic finish for her to get her 50th goal in the WSL. Look at this for a finish. Gives D'Angelo absolutely no chance, and it's that really quick, intricate play from Arsenal in and around the box that's caused Aston Villa problems time and time again. Puts them 2-0 up now.
A big player, an important player for Arsenal, Frida Marnham. And Alessia Russo with a goal and an assist now in the first half.
She's such an important player for them, Alessia Russo, isn't she? Whether it's scoring goals or assisting them. Defenders don't really know what to do with her when she peels off the back line, because she is so dangerous just playing in front of them.
Jakarta. Villa have to shake this off. Salmon, nice touch from her, able to cross it in. It's over the heads of everyone for now, and Fox. Shields clear.
Yeah, I know they're having to be quite defensive. Aston Villa, here's the goal again. Outside of the boot, cool as you like from Alessia Russo. Just that turn to make it so difficult for Delon to mark her. The awareness, the vision, the insight to know that Marnham would be running in advance. And the finish, so instinctive from Frida Marnham, wasn't it?
She does not miss from that range. Scored the equaliser against Brighton in midweek. Couldn't complete the job, Arsenal, but it was an important goal for them nevertheless. And now Rachel Daly and Fox able to shield so Borba can collect. Here's the goal scorer, out to Hines, who's making the run. Through to Smith. Brilliant opportunity again. Can't quite find the right finish.
Yeah, it's good from D'Angelo there. Just that awareness. But again, all too easy in the wide areas. Just because the full-backs are joining in as well, making it difficult, doubling up. Ball in from Hines to find Olivia Smith. But good goalkeeping from D'Angelo. I think Aston Villa would love to be able to get Maltby higher, Moritz higher in those wide areas, but because of how advanced Hines has been and Smith, Holmberg, they're just putting too much pressure on them. They can't get out to be able to get in advance of Arsenal's midfield.
Jean-Francois does well to wiggle her way around. Moritz. Oh, miscommunication there with the Arsenal back line. Can Villa pounce on this opportunity? Hansen, Maltby. Kendall. Hansen now looking for the right ball. It's not. And Borba is there.
Yeah, it was almost like anywhere else that delivery went. There was bodies in the box. There was Rachel Daly coming in at the edge. The pace on it, it was just the direction that wasn't quite there. But good build-up play again. Maltby finding Hansen out on that left-hand side. There's been a few positive spells and they have got into those areas, as you say, but it's getting those bodies in the box and being able to find them with the quality on the cross.
Little. Hines. Nice build-up play from the Gunners. Finds Holmberg again on that far side. Able to cut in, strikes. Wrong decision from the youngster over the bar.
Yeah, wrong decision on that occasion, wasn't it? Fantastic play just to find Holmberg out on that right-hand side, and there was numbers, bodies in the box. Smith was there, Marnham was there, Russo was there. And unfortunately, it's the wrong decision on that occasion from Holmberg. I think we'll allow that one after how well she's performed, though, in the first half an hour.
First half an hour and the business end of the season too. Got her first 2 goals for the club against Leicester City last week. And you can see from the shot map, Arsenal with 10 to Aston Villa's 1. Their quality shining through with 5 minutes of this first half to go.
Yeah, Jean-Francois just getting a pull on the shirt there from Alessia Russo.
Salmon. Nice ball to find Rachel Daly. Fox too quick. Maltby. Hansen playing with some urgency now. Villa. Jean-Francois. And they're forced back.
Yeah, forced back from what was actually a really good opportunity for Aston Villa. Salmon with the unbelievable crossfield ball and awareness to find Rachel Daly. Here she is again.
Salmon. Still with it. No Villa shirt in the 6-yard box. But it's the right delivery.
Yeah, you just got to get across that first defender. Make it difficult for them. Salmon's done all the hard work down that right-hand side to beat Leia Kadina, but there's no one busting their gut, breaking their neck to get on the end of the ball.
Taylor, Kendall, Jean-Francois. Heaps of space. Heavy touch from Hansen.
Disappointing there in the build-up from Villa because Taylor's got time on the ball to find Hijikata, but it's that detail and that quality on the pass just to find her on a safe side rather than making it easier for the defender who's coming on to nick it from her.
Russo can't keep that in. Maltby. Daly headed on. Hines. Takes on her marker, Taylor Hines. And shoved off by Salmon.
Yeah, Hines doing well down that left-hand side, causing problems for Salmon. Thought it was potentially a little bit harsh with the free kick. It's good defending, good work rate from Salmon to stay with her. Again, we'll see it a little bit here. Yeah, she doesn't actually win any of the ball, but I think if I was a defender there, I'd felt that was a bit soft.
She doesn't look too happy. I noticed it earlier on. Kind of gingerly walking away. We'll see if she can kind of jog that off and keep an eye on her. But 1 minute of added time before the half-time whistle will blow, and it's another set-piece opportunity for the Gunners. Holmberg at the far post, headed on, great save from D'Angelo to stop it running away, and it's Frida Mornham again, looking for her second of the game.
Yeah, it's a fantastic save from D'Angelo, wasn't it? But for me, you've got to question, haven't you, who's marking Frida Mornham in the middle of the 6-yard box? She finds herself unmarked. Yeah, it's a great save from D'Angelo, and they manages to get away with it, Aston Villa, on that occasion.
Yeah, she's had a big season with Villa. This is her last home game since she has announced that she will leave following the expiry of her contract. And another corner for Holmberg to take, headed on by Hines this time. And there is the half-time whistle, so Arsenal in control heading into the break. Alessia Russo opening up early on. Right place, right time, a header into the back of the net that Noel Moritz couldn't keep out. And then Frida Mornham doubling the Gunners' advantage. Fantastic goal from her, instinct finish. And so at the break, it is Aston Villa 0, Arsenal 2. So, here we go. The big second half to come. Aston Villa wanting to get back into this game. No subs from either side at the break. And immediately, Villa looking much more confident, threading it through, finding the passes. Salmon flicked on to Jean-Francois, Kendall. And spooned out wide to Taylor. And now Daly. Her first start since coming back from injury.
Yeah, interesting to see her lining up on that right-hand side this time in the second half, and what we've just been speaking about, wanting to see her a little bit higher up. She looks to be a little bit higher as well alongside Hansen. Whether it stays that way or whether Arsenal end up pushing them back a little bit, we will see, but good to see that she starts off in a bit more of a positive position.
Saw on the bench for Arsenal warming up at half-time, Beth Mead, Chloe Kelly. They've still got a lot of names of quality to come on if they need it.
Yeah, they've got a lot of firepower back on the bench for them, haven't they, Arsenal? To be able to bring on the quality, as you say, Mead, Kelly, to cause problems in wide areas where Aston Villa have been struggling in the first half is not what Aston Villa will be wanting in the second half.
Jean-Francois. Holmberg. Ruben Moy. Oh, it's poor. Rachel Daly, hesitation there though from the former England striker. And Kadina's got some defending to do. Well, Hedjakata is insisting that there was a tug of the shirt there from the Spanish international. The referee is not going to give it, though, by the looks of it.
No, and it was sloppy originally from Wubbomoy, wasn't it? Rachel Daly capitalising on it. She's a little bit higher. Not a bad ball. It looks like they're both pulling and tugging at each other, to be honest. You can see the arms intertwined of Kadina and Hijikata there. Not a penalty for me.
Yeah, no shirt was pulled in that incident. Fox, one of the players that has yet to confirm their future at this club, alongside the likes of Katie McCabe, Beth Mead, Caitlin Ford, all yet to decide what they're going to do at the end of the season. Holmberg sets herself up. I think that was going for the top corner. Can't quite find the accuracy.
Now, for all the positive play that she does do on that right-hand side, Holmberg, I think there's a couple of times the decision-making on that final ball or final pass have been called into question. Again, Villa not getting tight enough, and it's fell onto her unfavoured foot a little bit with her left one, but yeah, she's gone for the strike and far too wide for that time.
Salmon, Kendall spots the run, and now promising from Maltby. Kendall. Hejikata, nice run from Salmon in the box, hits the post, but it was the wrong side anyway, and Borba had that covered.
Yeah, wrong side, and she's not connected with it, Salmon, how she's wanted to there on the cross. But positive sides for Aston Villa there on that left-hand side. We spoke about it in the first half. If they can just get Maltby higher up the pitch, and they've done it on that occasion, and prove they can find the space.
Taylor. Delund. This fixture last year really delivered goals. 5-2, Aston Villa won it. We haven't quite seen the same quality last year as we have today from them. But of course, Arsenal were coming off the back of a Champions League semi-final win, and then obviously went on to win it too. So they had that in the back of their minds. This year, not the same story for them. Knocked out at the hands of Lyon, but on the verge of securing Champions League qualification with this scoreline. Looking for a third, lovely through to Russo, skips around the keeper and slots it home. It's a second for Russo, and again it's all too easy. Arsenal have a third, and of course it's Alessia Russo.
She's just inevitable, isn't she, Alessia Russo? If there's one player that is proven to be key to this side, she is it. It's a fantastic run from her. You see, just comes into Marnham, returning the favour for that second goal to slot it into her. Rounds the keeper with ease. Far too easy there for Russo to do so. But again, Marnham afforded so much time and space to play the ball in. Delon lets her run off her shoulder. And you think maybe has it fell too wide of the goal a little bit for her? But no, it's a tight touch. Stays on her feet and slots it home for Arsenal.
Really cool, calm and collected from the Arsenal striker. Her best ever season in an Arsenal shirt. "22 goals this year as Villa try and look to respond, but with the stats against their favour, that might be game over now.
Yeah, it's disappointing for Aston Villa, isn't it? Because they started that second half so well. They looked like they were going to be more positive, more dynamic going forward.
Can Hansen create something and get them back into the game, though? Kirsty Hansen weaving her way through. Too weak. Russo. Holmberg wants it, and now it's a foot race. Holmberg. Does well to regain. Had Mornham there in support to her left. Little. Fox. Hines. Mornham. One back by Daly, and now Jean-Francois. There are white shirts, or cream shirts, shall I say, absolutely everywhere, smothering Villa's midfield.
Yeah, Villa just managing to ride out that little spell of possession that Arsenal had. But you know, when you've had so many games in such quick succession for Arsenal, it's important for them that they do let the ball do the work for them, and they're doing that with short, sharp passing, not too much unnecessary running, so that they do have the legs when the ball is played into space, that they can go for those sprints. I feel like Villa at times are just, they rely too much, don't they, on individual personnel a little bit, rather than that team aspect and team dynamic.
And that individual, Kirsty Hansen, really, you've got to say, has not really been in it today. Yet to have a touch in Arsenal's box. She has scored against 9 of other 11 WSL clubs this season. The only 2 she hasn't is Manchester City and Arsenal.
Yeah, I think she really deserves the credit and the plaudits for that, doesn't she, Kirsty Hansen? Just for, as you say, to be able to have scored in that many games. I was seeing the goal again. This is just the build-up from that third Arsenal goal, ball through from Marnham. The balance, the finesse, the awareness, just to slot it home. Someone who's in a fine run of form, Alessia Russo. What a phenomenal season she's had.
Mariona still pushing forward here, though. Arsenal. Hines again misjudges it, rolls out for a goal kick. It hasn't been her day today, Taylor Hines.
No, there's some tired end of season legs there, aren't they? I think we saw the uncharacteristic one of Alessia Russo in the first half. Same with Taylor Hines. Just there, sometimes your body not doing what your mind actually wants it to do, what you're telling it to do.
Has been a big first season, though, for her, having signed from Liverpool in the summer. First in an Arsenal shirt. Been involved in most of Arsenal's games.
Yeah, and I think she's done really well in the games that she has played in. I think there was a few quite shocks, you know, when it got announced that she was moving there, maybe some criticism as to why, but I think she's completely stepped up to the plate, and obviously now making her way into the Lionesses squad as well, thoroughly deserved.
Little looped ball over. Russo finds the right side. Fox. Holmberg, it's out. That goal conceded from Aston Villa from Russo a few moments ago has taken their tally to 46. which means this is the worst ever season at the back for Villa. I know they've got a lot of players injured, but that is something that they need to work on in the summer transfer window heading into next season.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously losing players last season, and you know, the end of an era for a player like Rachel Causey, Dan Turner moving on. You thought they would kind of step up and really improve defensively this season. You know, when they brought Lynn Films in as well, I think for me in the opening couple of games, I thought she looked really defensively strong. But I think, you know, as you say, as a back line or as a unit, it's not worked for them, especially in, you know, defending set pieces as well. They got the most goals against in the league on corners with 9, which is over a third of their goals conceded on corners, which is, you know, an area where you'd expect teams to be really solid on. Speaking of set pieces, they've now got to defend one.
Here we go again. But first, a double substitution for Arsenal. So it's Milla Holmberg, who will be replaced by Beth Meads. And Alessia Russo makes her way off for Stina Blackstenius. Got them started. Alessia Russo opening up just 4 minutes in. A chef's kiss of a pass to Frida Mornham to find the second. And then a second goal, rounding Sabrina D'Angelo. It's been a fantastic day for the England striker.
Yeah, what a phenomenal afternoon she's had in front of the travelling Arsenal fans. They'll be really pleased with her performance, and you can see just how pleased she is as well. She knows she's had a good day at the office.
And Beth Meads, who was subbed on in the Brighton game for her first appearance since coming back from injury, rumoured to be leaving at the end of the season, and it's her birthday today, so happy birthday to Beth Mead, as this is cleared but recycled by Arsenal. And here comes the substitute, Beth Mead, prowling through. Mariona, Codina, dangerous looking delivery, dropped by D'Angelo and booted high in the air. Mead with the header. Hansen pounces on it first.
And see, she called early for it there, didn't she, D'Angelo? And she came so confidently for it. You thought she was going to catch that comfortably, but again, just spilled and causing a few problems within the Aston Villa box.
Fox. Mead. Little. Mariona. Nice play, intricate play. Blackstenius, first time shot on target, but straight to D'Angelo.
Yeah, good little bit of play from Arsenal here. Substitutions linking up. Blackstenius just getting warmed up there, I think, with the shot against D'Angelo.
A player who committed her future to the club a few weeks ago. She averages a goal every 79 minutes against Villa. She scored in each of their last 3 outings here. So it's one that Villa have to watch as Mariona wins it back. Taylor.
Yeah, if you're Maltby on this left-hand side, and then you're seeing Beth Mead come on now as well. Not something you're wanting to see. They've obviously got Sam and moved her over to this left-hand side to double up defensively.
And Mead. Not quite there, but good defending by Salmon again.
Yeah, I think that's the move we saw at half-time. Daly and Salmon just switched side. Salmon maybe got a little bit more in the tank to help out defensively for Rachel Maltby out on this left-hand side, who needed a little bit more support within that first half, with Holmberg causing quite a lot of problems for her.
And it's someone Villa are going to have to replace in the summer, with Ebony Salmon announcing she will leave the club at the end of the year. Hansen sprinting on the end of it. Oh, and Dion Dublin is in the stands today, the former Villa player. And of course, you're allowed to drink now in a couple of the women's stadiums.
Looks like they're enjoying it anyway. Probably not the result, though.
Jean-Francois. Hansen, nice pace from her. But it's nice defending from Kadina. She had to make that tackle.
Yeah, Arsenal showing why they've got the best defence in the league in the WSL this season. Kadina doing equally well up against Kirsty Hansen. We know what of a danger she can be and what pace she possesses. But Kadina equal to it on that occasion.
Jean-Francois, Delande, Kendall. They just cannot get going, Villa. Nice flick on. But immediately won back again by Arsenal.
Yeah, when the ball is firing its way into Ebony Salmon's feet, she's just a little bit isolated. They can't bring the players in close enough around her because they're still obviously so deep, Aston Villa.
Fox loses it in the box. Regains though, blocked by Maltby, back to Mead. Salmon just going to walk off a slight injury. Meads, nice spoon ball forward. Mornham is out for another corner.
Yeah, Salmon actually did really well originally on the recovery run. Again, more defensively from her, that she's being asked to play that role a little bit more in the second half. As you say, look to have a little knock from it, but I think she's walked it off.
Georgia Muller in the dugout, ready to come on for Aston Villa. An attacking substitution as Beth Meads swings it in. Far post, header on by Ruben Moy, falls for Smith! Oh! Deflected over the bar. That so easily could have been 4. What a strike!
Yeah, it came in off the corner, didn't it? It had enough time for Olivia Smith to let it drop down, take the shot off, and it's deflected with the block from, I think it comes through, and it's Miri Taylor. Yeah, you see she manages to get it up and over the bar, but how she's got enough time to take that down and strike that, Olivia Smith, I do not know.
Didn't know too much about it, I don't think, Miri Taylor. It was coming at her, whether she liked it or not.
No, like you say, right place, right time, and ultimately they've been able to defend that one, which they couldn't do within the first 4 minutes of the game.
That one rolls all the way through, though. And Jean-Francois taking out Smith. I don't think there's any intent in that, though.
No, it looked more clumsy than anything, didn't it? Again, we'll see the strike here. Fantastic left-footed strike from Olivia Smith, wasn't it? You see deflections like that go in all the time, so, you know, Miri Taylor's done really well.
I think maybe calls of handball from Lotte Ruben-Moy there on Miri Taylor. Uses what the top of her arm, her elbow. And it's Kirsty Hansen that will be subbed off for Georgia Muller, the 20-year-olds. Are you surprised at that, Fern, that they've subbed their leading goal scorer off?
I mean, she's not been in the game maybe as much as they would have liked, but for me, you still have her on there. To be honest, she's capable of pulling a goal completely out of nowhere, to be honest, especially in those transition moments. But potentially the need was there for fresh legs, and why they've brought on the youngster Georgia Mullet.
And another double substitution for Arsenal, Kim Little and Olivia Smith, who so nearly scored a few moments ago. And it's Victoria Palova and Chloe Kelly who make their way on. Kelly again coming back from injury. Had her first couple of minutes last time out against Brighton. But back on, ready to make an impact today.
Yeah, an opportunity for Kim Little to get some well-needed rest, I think, as well. She played in so many games this season, and they've not been able to really rotate in the midfield as much as maybe they would have liked to do. You say Caldente, again, another player here who's played an extremely huge amount of minutes this season. So the fact that they can rotate and bring these players back in from injury now is a positive for Arsenal.
Palova, first touch for her. Hines. And a ninja kick from Kelly, can't keep that in. Straight to the path of Mariona. Arsenal looking to capitalise on that mistake again. Palova, she's just come on and sends D'Angelo diving to her right. From range, that would have been some goal.
Yeah, it would, and again, we're seeing the substitutes try and make an impact straight away on the game when coming on. Palova with the shot from distance. Can't trouble D'Angelo too much, but just shows what the depth can do. And, you know, when you're being able to bring on players of this quality to continue to push against this Aston Villa side. And again, we see it there. Look how many shots Arsenal have had against Aston Villa. 19 to Villa's 1. It's disappointing from Villa's perspective.
One shot, one on target. 7 for Arsenal. They've got 3 of them back in the net. Maybe a bit wasteful with a couple of them. Daly looking to poke that through to Pejikata.
They're asking about Hansen coming off as well. They've still got Rachel Daly on the pitch, who's not played a lot of minutes. Only just come back again in today for her first start in a long time, and is being asked to play a lot amount of minutes as well. But I think I'd like to see her a little bit more central. Daly, she just seems a little bit lost out on that wide area.
Fox. All the way up to Blackstenius. Mead. Fox. Skips past Maltby, but she recovers well. And yet again, another corner.
Yeah, credit to Maltby here, because instead of Holmberg, she's now up against Emily Fox on that right-hand side, who sees a bit of space, attacks it, but it's good defending and good recoveries from her.
And the energy gels are on for Arsenal. Not a Ruben Moy. Finishing that, a little bit of spark in her legs in the dying moments of this game. 20 minutes to go. Mead out by Daly. Fox. Mariona. Palova. Skims it wide to Fox. Daly, nice turn from her. Still got it. Jean-Francois. And now the room has opened up on the far side for Villa.
It's disappointing in that opportunity for Villa there to be able to transition and counter quickly with the ball, but just lacking with the quality. On that occasion it was Jean-Francois, but it's been on far too many occasions that Aston Villa have had the ball and made the wrong decisions at time.
Nicely threaded through, offside flag stayed down for now. Blackstenius, can she make it 4? It's not on target. And that's an opportunity for Arsenal, again, gone missing.
Yeah, I've seen as the ball comes through here, I think it was originally looked like Blackstenius may have strayed offside, but she's manages to hold her run just enough to stay onside. It's Mead there on rush and just asking for the pull back as well. She chose to shoot instead. Potentially Mead was in a better position for the shot.
D'Angelo. You can hear the Aston Villa fans shouting for Lucy Staniforth. She is with her manager, Natalia Arroyo, waiting to come on. Of course, announced her retirement at the end of the season. This will be her final appearance at home. And what a career she has had.
Yeah, unbelievable career from her, and she'll come on with a smile on her face when she does get the opportunity as well. She said there's probably no more tears because she's at peace with her decision. But it'll be great to see her get an opportunity in front of this huge crowd today.
Good battle with Vubamoy and Salmon. Jean-Francois.
Yeah, to be fair to Vubamoy, when she has been called into action today, 1v1 defending, she's been solid alongside Leia Cadena in the back line.
Pull over too strong for Hedjikata. Blackstenius off lays, she wants it again, but here's Mornham. Out to Kelly. Kelly again. And D'Angelo saw that all the way.
Yeah, she didn't quite get the purchase on it that she would have liked, Chloe Kelly. But you see Blackstenius just taking a position in between the two centre-halves and them not really knowing who's picking up, who's marking, maybe lacking a little bit of communication at times in the back line, Aston Villa as well.
Delons. Kendall. And now a substitute for Aston Villa, and it is Lucy Staniforth for her final home appearance before she retires from football. And it's Rachel Daly who gives her the captain's armband. Met by cheers, represented 7 different clubs during her career, the most of any player in the Barclays Women's Super League. 17 caps for England. And gets her first touch of the game, upfield looking for Mullett.
Yeah, you can hear the fans singing, can't you? Not only loved by the fans and the club, but also by her teammates as well. They spoke so highly of her in all the social media messages to wish her well on her way. And you say she's such a resilient, strong character, had to come back from so many setbacks to be in the position that she's in now. And, you know, all the credit where credit's due. She's been a fantastic addition to the Barclays Women's Super League.
Kendall spots the run of Ebony Salmon at the byline, barged off by Emily Fox. It's that final moment for Villa that they just are not strong enough.
Yeah, it is literally that, isn't it? The strength and the quality of Arsenal, not only going forward, because we speak about them in attack so much, but defensively, you know, they don't concede many goals. They're good in the 1v1 battle. And yeah, even on that occasion, Emily Fox coming back to defend, and they take pride in the clean sheets, as they should do.
Worked forward again to Blackstenius. Options now for her. Mornham. She's got Mead either side. Palova. It's not powerful enough to test the keeper. Again, maybe had better options there.
Yeah, and I suppose what I will say about Aston Villa maybe in this second half, a lot of the shots that Arsenal have had to take, especially within the last 15 or so minutes, have been from distance. So attempting to, you know, condense those spaces in behind a little bit better than what they did in the first half.
Fox. Blackstenius. Her header is well off target. Didn't connect with it as she would have wanted to.
It's a free header again, though, for Blackstenius, isn't it? You know, you've got to ask the questions from Aston Villa about the marking and the protection of your own 6-yard box and your area between the penalty spot and your goalkeeper. There just seems to be a lot of indecision.
Staniforth. Kendall. Hejikata. Jean-Francois.
She's closed down there. Jean-Francois takes probably a couple of too many touches and then is not really bringing any players into play. Not really been enough through the midfield for me for Aston Villa today.
Taylor. Hines still in play. Kendall. Staniforth. Jean-Francois. And Vubamoy is going to win that race all day long. Annika Borba between the sticks for Arsenal today. Bit of rotation. Been nominated for Save of the Season, as has Daphne van Domselaar, their #1. It was that January one where she won Goal of the Month, saving a Rolfo header. Meads. Delaunt. Maltby. Jean-Francois. The former Chelsea midfielder, back to D'Angelo. Taylor. Mullet, good battle with Kedina. Outstretched leg manages to poke that all the way back to her keeper.
Yeah, Kedina's not happy about that one, though, is she? She's again going to the lineswoman. There looked to be a bit of contact in it, but again, it looks similar to the one that we saw earlier on in the half. I think you are going to have that physical battle, aren't you? For me, you've got to accept that that's going to happen as a centre half. Not using your body effectively to protect the ball.
Pullover makes a dart forwards. Fox looking to find the run of Stina Blackstenius, spoon it through, it's not enough, but Pullover can pick up the loose ball. Fox again. Pullover. Fox. I think you can tell it's the end of the season. Well, it's coming towards the end of the season. 7 minutes to go in this game. Through the legs, Blackstenius can't latch onto it. But the referee had blown her whistle. And here come some more substitutes.
It looked like Daylon let that one go. Miri Taylor just putting challenging on Blackstenius as well.
So Caitlin Ford comes on, a bright spark down the wings, hoping to inject a little bit of energy into this game in the final 6 minutes. She is on for Mariana Caldense, a player Fern, as you mentioned, who has played a lot of minutes in an Arsenal shirt. And the other substitution for Aston Villa, Jean-Francois, comes off, and it's Gabby Nunes. Makes her way on, recovering from injury, back surgery she had. It's kept her out for a lot of this season. Had her first couple of minutes last time out, but another player for Aston Villa who has announced she is leaving at the end of the season. Had a difficult time with surgery and injury disrupting her seasons. Forward now. Bit of pace, Blackstenius off target again. Maybe should have done a bit better there.
Yeah, she couldn't just quite wrap her foot around it, could she, Blackstenius? I think it was Kendall just putting a little bit of pressure on her at the last minute. There's the goal again from Frida Marnham, and then this one again from Alessia Russo after she'd rounded the goalkeeper. Just a difference in quality that we've seen today from Arsenal compared to Aston Villa. Yeah, as we said, they're having to play players out of position. They've got a lot of absentees in the side today.
Breaking the flanks, Borba having to run back. Mullet there, as we saw Russo scoring two and setting one up, the Barclays player of the match today. And rightly so, her 22nd goal in an Arsenal shirt, her best season yet.
Yeah, she's been phenomenal today, Russo, hasn't she? You say she's not even on the pitch anymore, but the contribution she has had in this game has been game-changing. I think looking at Aston Villa as well, when they are getting the ball, they're playing these long balls and trying to go direct, but they're almost like percentage balls. They're not really with any kind of feeling or purpose.
Ford, can she keep it in? Does just about. At the byline. Still not clear, the referee's blowing a whistle because that is a head injury on Taylor. And the medics will have to come on to check.
She's put a shift in today, Miri Taylor, putting her body on the line. You see it here. She's trying to get a connection with any part of her body that she can.
She is not afraid of a tackle, is she? Miri Taylor wouldn't want to come up against her.
No, she's not. And I don't think, to be fair, she could have done too much about Arsenal's 3 goals. I think she's actually put in a bit of a shift today, Miri Taylor, especially playing out of position like we spoke about, trying to keep that player Alessia Russo quiet is never an easy task at all.
So Murray Taylor will spend a moment on the sidelines temporarily. Villa down to 10. Staniforth, Kendall. Mullet. Maltby. Taylor jogging back on. Lovely ball to find Nunes. Doesn't have the pace, and the offside flag goes up anyway. Fresh on as a substitute.
That's that experience and awareness and vision that we were speaking about from Lucy Staniforth. Everyone's expecting her to play out to the right, and it's a great pass just to try and find Gabby Nunes in the space. But as you say, she's offside, but she didn't quite have the pace to get on the end of it anyway. I think they could have done that more, Villa. They could have played a little bit quicker at times, switched the play earlier. We've not seen them play much down this left-hand side in the second half at all after that initial move that they made in the first couple of minutes within the second half. They've not done that enough.
Taken quickly by Arsenal. Here is Kelly. Been slightly quiet today, but fizzes it across the face of goal and out for another Arsenal corner. 1 minute normal time to go.
Just another opportunity here, isn't it? Arsenal to get themselves on the score sheet again. Villa taking pride in their defensive set pieces today. They've done well so far with these corners.
Beth Mead, middle of the park, kneed out by Moretz. Forwards. Fox. The battle with Vubamoy and Nunes there. Able to go out for a throw, and 4 minutes of added time. And this result would guaranteed Champions League qualification for Arsenal. They needed 2 points from their remaining 3 fixtures. So that will be a sigh of relief for René Sleggers.
Yeah, as you say, looking to really finish the season strong, Arsenal. You know, they've had a good, strong finish to it from the league, but, you know, for me, I think they've got to start the league better as of next season if they really do want to compete for the league title. 6 draws. They've lost far too many points from draws this year, Arsenal.
Yeah, it is the draws that have killed them. They've only lost 1 game this season to City's 3. But as you say, only 1 point picked up in the draws has left them fighting.
Exactly, and that's the small marginal differences, isn't it? You need to be able to ride out these games, even the points lost for Brighton the other day. And they've got bags and bags of quality in the side, haven't they? It's just where they strengthen next season. As I say, if we're looking at that midfield area, getting more depth in there as well, I think is key for them.
It will leave them a point behind Chelsea as well, still with a game in hand. And of course, if you pick up second, it will be easier in the Champions League come next year. So they still have that to fight for in the remaining 2 games, which they have Everton at home and Liverpool away. And a good day out in the sun in Birmingham for the travelling Arsenal fans. Still in fine voice. Bit of an up and down season for them. And they will end this season without a trophy. Meads. D'Angelo has dropped it, fallen for Hines! Off the line. Kelly picks it up, recycles. Kelly from outside the box, it's off target again. And it will stay for now at 3-0, but what a good opportunity for Hines to score her first goal for the club.
Yeah, it was, and we all heard it, didn't we? The shout originally from D'Angelo. She's come to claim it, spilled it, and then recovers well with the save. Threw a lot of bodies in front of her, maybe difficult to see. She's done well, D'Angelo, but, you know, it's that original uncertainty for me in and around not commanding a box, or commanding it but not being able to catch, and spilling it and making it difficult for your side to defend those corners.
Ford wiggling her way through, still with it. Dispossessed by Staniforth. Can they get one on the board, Villa? 30 seconds left to go in this game. Hejikata, Staniforth. Maltby. Gabby Nunes is calling for it into Hejikata. Salmon takes on Taylor Hines, gets the better of her. Fizzed into the 6-yard box and defended. And there is the full-time whistle. A professional afternoon's work for Arsenal at Villa Park. Responded well after the disappointment of midweek and have secured Champions League football for next season. So the race for second goes on, but Alessia Russo with 2 goals and an assist. Frida Mornham with the second to poke home. Aston Villa, well, they tried. It's the last home game for Lucy Staniforth after she will retire at the end of the year, but Arsenal's quality ultimately told over the 90 minutes. It's finished here at Villa Park. Aston Villa 0, Arsenal 3. So Arsenal with 3 points on the board, which means, Fern Whelan, they have secured Champions League football, which is what they came here to do.
Yeah, exactly. We spoke about it before the game, didn't we? How they needed to finish the rest of these remaining games strong, and they've done so with real quality today. They dominated Aston Villa from start to finish, really. And, you know, we speak about Alessia Russo and the quality she brings. I thought Holmberg was fantastic down that right-hand side, and they really did cause them a lot of problems in the wide areas, Aston Villa. I think Villa, for me, have got a lot of work to do going into next season, how they recruit, how they come back from pretty much such a poor season, really, and, you know, from what they're looking at, a 6th place finish last year to now sitting in 9th place. I think for me, yeah, completely 2 different sides today, and Arsenal just had so much more quality on show. And then the substitutions they made as well really did make a difference for them, and didn't really give Aston Villa any opportunity to get back into the game.
Yeah, a scary looking bench for Arsenal. We can have a look at some of the stats from this game, and really it is all Arsenal. 28 shots to Aston Villa's 1. That is, I mean, complete dominance from Arsenal.
Yeah, ultimate dominance, isn't it? We spoke about it at half-time, that the possession was actually 50-50, but the way they dominated was in Aston Villa's box, wasn't it? They caused them so many problems. The attacks came wave after wave after wave, and yeah, even that 19 key passes, they were just so accurate and, you know, so cutthroat in everything they did today, Arsenal.
Well, let's have a look at some of the highlights from the game then. And it was Arsenal that started the fastest. Immediate pressure from the off mark. Holmberg creating it. Russo on the line. Right place, right time. Heading it in. Moritz, the former Arsenal midfielder, couldn't keep it out. And fired early into the lead.
Yeah, it was the worst possible start for Aston Villa, wasn't it? D'Angelo not being able to clear her lines. Moritz the same. Aston Villa back in numbers, but again, all retreated towards the goal line, leaving Alessia Russo with so much space and time to nod home.
Villa did have their moments. Kirsty Hansen, a bright spark for Villa this season. Not quite in it. She's saying, where is it going? Where do you want me to put it? Fizzes it in, and then Salmon able to get the better of Hines, but a downward header at the far post. Easy for Borba in the end.
Yeah, deep cross in from Hansen. Real quality on the cross. Just not enough on the finish from Ebony Salmon.
And then a lovely vision from Russo for Mornham to instinctively finish into the far bottom corner. Fantastic link-up play.
Yeah, the assist from Russo is quality outside the boot, finds the space. Great pass for Marnham to run into, and she just slots home with the side foot past D'Angelo, making it really, really difficult for Aston Villa to come back.
Good opportunity for Arsenal, this. Smith should have really made it 3-0. Good defending from D'Angelo, maybe not picking the right shot.
Yeah, smothers it there, D'Angelo, makes herself nice and big.
But ultimately, Arsenal's quality shining through. Mornham this time, linking Alessia Russo, who rounds the keeper and slots it in so coolly to make it 3-0.
Yeah, Hines linking up here really well with Mornham. Just sees the run of Russo in between the defenders, rounds the goalkeeper, and it's a fantastic finish from Russo, and yeah, shows why she was player of the match today. Just such quality, and manages to stay on her feet as well. Brilliant from here, just to slot home, great finish.
Substitutes linking up with Blackstenius on target. Opportunity.
Yeah, Beth Mead linking up there with Blackstenius, wide of the goal.
And then from a set piece, Beth Mead delivery. Bit of a scruff in the box, and Smith able to control it. Fantastic power, but deflected up and over by Taylor.
She connected with it really, really sweetly, Olivia Smith. Taylor turning her back on it, but managing to get the deflection over the bar.
Again, far too easy. Offside flag stays down for Blackstenius. He tries to curl it in to the top corner.
She went for the difficult decision here. Blackstenius, just pull it back. You've got two players running onto it. Could have slotted home for the fourth.
And then a bit of a spill from D'Angelo. Hines with a great opportunity to score her first goal for the club, but brilliantly saved by D'Angelo, and Kelly coming again. This time it's wide.
Yeah, just in from the corner here. See it drop to Taylor Hines. Manages to get a strike off, but good save from D'Angelo.
So for Arsenal, it is job done for them. In their huddle, they came here with one job to do. 3 points has secured them Champions League football for next season. They've still got 2 games to play, another game in hand. They're a point behind Chelsea, so they've got Everton at home and then Liverpool away. So 2 games next week for the Gunners. It's now reset. As you can see, Renee Slegger's there speaking with her team. What do you think she is saying, Fern Whelan?
I think she's saying she's probably really proud of her side today for the way they went about their business. A real professional performance from them, got the job done. Didn't allow Villa to get into the game at all, actually, and you know, coming from what was potentially a bit of a sluggish performance versus Brighton midweek, and you know, from that Champions League hangover, they managed to step up and get themselves back into the run here for the Champions League places.
So the fixtures this week, Aston Villa involved in 2, as have Arsenal been. So Villa losing at home to West Ham on Monday, and then Arsenal drawing with Brighton to gift City the title. And then today, Arsenal have put 3 past Aston Villa, another defeat for them at home. But a big job done for Arsenal. So this is what the table looks like. Manchester City crowned champions in midweek after that slip with Brighton and Arsenal. But Chelsea now just a point above Arsenal in second. Arsenal still with a game in hand to come, hoping to leapfrog their London rivals up into second to make the Champions League run slightly easier next season. And Aston Villa stay in 9th. So for Aston Villa, another loss at home for them, but for Arsenal, they have secured Champions League qualification for next season. A dominant performance from the Gunners, Alessia Russo with 2 and Mornham with the other, and it's finished at Villa Park. Aston Villa 0, Arsenal 3.